This is it. Icejade ran, summon a level 3 tuner token. I was not expecting an Icejade deck today. I thought people were just going to play water or shark with it. We have, I'm thinking this is Vanquish Soul. Vanquish Soul versus Icejade. Hajime.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
All right. Fenrir special summon, searching for another Fenrir, double back reset. There can only be one Aqua on the field. That's going to mess things up. We summon an Aqua token and flip up the there could be only one, and what do we do? We're going to be completely disrupted. On summon, adding an Icejade spell or trap from the deck to our hand, triggering the Fenrir to banish. When your opponent activates a card effect that targets this card, you can activate this effect the next time this card would be destroyed. It is not, and also you could special summon a water monster from your hand or graveyard. So we are summoning a non-Aqua. We got a warrior, sending Havnis, get ready to get fusion summoning. We have a warrior on the field, but unfortunately the Havnis, being a dark, is going to be targetable with the Druid Swarm. Druid Swarm banished, stopping the fusion summon. Following up with the field spell on activation, you could add an Icejade monster that is banished, but we're not doing that. We're then going to be special summoning the Icejade Cosmo. We have Aqua, we have Warrior. There could be only one, locking us into one of each. Now, we're going to be activating the field spell. Once per turn, if a monster is summoned, you can target that water monster you control. That monster, along with any face of monster you control, lose attack equal to, that doesn't even do anything. What the heck? We have Anemone. Cybers, summon Aqua. We're playing under there could be only one. Let's do it. 1500 attack. Swinging into Fenrir, taking some damage here. Huh? I don't know what Icejade does. I was not expecting people to play this. Okay. All right, we swung in and we got reduced down and we died. All right, Druid Swarm being sent to the graveyard, sending Anemone to the graveyard. Is that this card that did that? If a monster, they lose attack equal to the targeted monster's original attack. Okay, nice. We have Rhinoheart being targeted for the effect. So all right, sure. We're sending the Sharon. Sharon get fusion summoning. Using with the hand in the graveyard, making our Kaleido-Heart. Kaleido-Heart could spin. There could be only one. Getting that off the field. Fenrir also is going to be able to banish the Kaleido off the field face down. Now, the Icejade Ran requires a water monster or Icejade card to discard to use its effect. We're going to add back the Cosmo in the graveyard, discard, come forth and summon Ran. This is it. We got our token. We got our level 10 Synchro. Animation. Icejade level 10 Synchro boss monster. We're going to be revealing, just burning for 400 to come forth and summon. The Jiaolong's going to be able to put the level 10, how do we say, Gamer, the Icejade Gamer. The Icejade Gamer is going to be chaining to an effect of a card to then banish it and then make itself indestructible and cannot be banished. Let's go. Very well done. Now, we just chain to the Fenrir, then we can't be banished, right? What was that effect? You did activate it, so hoping that he would then chain, but it activate on a separate resolution to then banish another card in the field. I think that's what would have happened. Your face-up monsters could not be banished, but the field spell could have been banished here. Damn, Icejade Gamer is dead just like that. Doesn't it have an effect to come back from the grave? If a card is banished by your opponent's card effect while this card is in the graveyard, you can special summon it back on the field. So if the Fenrir gets banished in, she's back. To defense, not even tribute summoning. You could send this card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon a water from your hand, which we have no other water to summon. You have Raisin in the same column as the Rhinoheart. Rhinoheart could resummon from the graveyard if we had a tier limit in the hand, which we do not. Jiaolong, come forth and summon. Once per turn, if a monster is summoned, you target your water, and then your opponent's going to lose attack equal to the targeted monster's original attack. Okay. Rock of the Vanquisher, come forth, summon from the hand. We got Mad Love, searching for the Dust Devil, which could flip cards on the field face down. We're now making Zoodiac plays, Chakanine into Dryden. Dryden could detach a material, pop a card in the field, and we are popping the Rhinoheart. Rhinoheart not activating, obviously. Swinging in with Dryden so that we can make a Zeus potentially. And yes, we are Zeusing. How big is the Zeus? 4 material. This is 5. I can't check the materials here. Is this 6 material? 5 material Zeus. If another card in the field is destroyed, the Zeus will gain the 6th material. Right now it's got 2 field wipes. Tremora to special summon a Tremora. We're going to be using the Rock of the Vanquisher, adding back the Raisin in the graveyard back to our hand, ending our turn. So what happens if you do not summon? The field spell does not work. Only if your opponent summons do you target your monster and then they lose an attack when attacking equal to the original attack of the monster we targeted. Okay, well, goodbye to the whole field with the Zeus. And then we activated the effect of, what was that? The field spell, the manifestation. If an Icejade monster leaves the field, you could then banish this card from the graveyard, target a card your opponent controls, banish it. Interesting. Okay, nice secret effect in the graveyard here. Now, unfortunately, Icejade not doing too hot here. Can Vanquish Soul finish him off at 400 life points left? Can we burn with the Borger? Borger's going to come forth and summon. Borger's going to reveal an Earth and Fire, burning for the final amount of damage. Let's take this into a game 2. We got Rhino Heart on summon, sending from the deck to the graveyard. We're going to have to be dealing with a Kurikara and also the There Could Be Only One again. We have Kit Cal. Are we sending the Kashtira tier limit? Yes, we are. Perfect replacement for Merly. Mill 2, then Reborn It, then Mill 3, and Mill 5. So it's Mill 10 instead of 8. We got 5. We got 3. Let's see what we're milling. We need the other tier limit. Tier limit, the ceiling for tier limit is only 2 fusions per turn. We did not trigger the second fusion. We have Field Spell adding back an Icejade, and then, damn, this is not, what? This was it? Do we have, like, Disruption in the graveyard? This is what Icejade do? Apparently. Maxi in the draw phase, very well done. They will be special summoning a little bit if they want to accomplish anything this turn. That's what I'm thinking. Yup, we're linking this off into the Rock of the Vanquisher. Probably just adding back the Mad Love so we don't special summon too much. Very good. It's going to be special summoning during the opponent's turn now. And then we're going to have to be dealing with a Floodgate, which I don't think we have an out for. Bunch of Icejades in the hand. We have the Icejade, search for the Cradle. Cradle could add an Icejade monster from the deck to the hand. We got the Ran. Now, on the Ran summon, we could flip up the There Could Be Only One that we're locked in, or we're just going to do it early. Aqua, just 1. And we have a level 7 tuner plus a level 7 non-tuner. What do we have? We're going to link this off. Link it off into the Anemone. Cyburst could reborn an Aqua from the graveyard, revealing Dark, Earth, Fire that will be destroying the Anemone, special summoning a monster, wiping it out, and burning for 1800 damage. Now, we have the Tremora activating the graveyard, which is going to be reborning the Cosmo. Cosmo is here. We're targeting the Cosmo, which does not really do anything. It is only going to be only during the opponent's turn that they reduce the opposing monsters attacking into it. Raisin in the same column as the Cosmo will be destroying it by revealing Fire and Dark. Wipe out the column, open field. Tremora is triggering, special summon it, back on the field. Another one instead. Then we got Rock of the Vanquisher, abiding by the rules of there can only be one monster type of each. We have Warrior, Worm, Rock. On your summon, we're now going to be reducing your attack by 1,000. We're going to be equipping onto our Icejade to make it 1,800 attacks, so you can't swing in unless you're 2,800 or higher. We are going to be Crystal Girlin. If this card is summoned, you can activate this effect. During the end phase, add a water monster from your deck to your hand. Title. All right, okay, we got Dragon Ruler and Tier Limit in this deck. But can we please deal with that Floodgate? Why is there 2 of there can only be 1? It does not make sense. We got Dweller. Dweller detaching, cannot activate card effects in the graveyard now. Rock of the Vanquisher, add a card in the graveyard back to the hand. Jialong's going to be searching the deck for any Vanquish Soul card. We got Borger. Borger could get burning if they want to. Stake your soul, reveal an Earth, come forth and summon. Caesar Valius. We have Dark, Earth, Fire in the hand. We can pop a card in the field, non-target destruction. We taking out the field spell? We taking out the monster. Goodbye to the Agrarine. Come forth, Borger. Into battle we go. 2,800 damage. We do have enough for lethal damage. 25 plus the 1,500 direct. And I still have no idea what Icejades do. It's like, his turn 1, he ended on a tier limit Kashtira. After milling 10, he did not mill the second tier. So the chances of that, I'm sure, were quite low. But damn. All right, 2-0. Let's go into the next duel. Starting this off with a Remus, adding the Ravine. We have double Ravine, but you can activate more than one once per turn, so that is very nice. Discarding a card, add a Dragunity, or send a dragon from the deck to the graveyard. And now we're going to be setting up the Etude, brand new card. During either player's turn, you could immediately, after this effect resolves, synchro summon a card using monsters you control as material, including a dragon monster. Are you using the crazy one that... Oh, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity is the setup. When this card is synchro summoned, you activate this effect. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card activating. For the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects on the field. That is what we're setting up here. We're going to be summoning our Apple token with the brand new Ringo Worm, making the brand new Dissipator. Dissipator is going to grab a banished card, summoning it back onto our field. Level 2 tuner, now making Borreload Savage Dragon. Is this the better than Monadium or what? What's going on here? Equipping from the graveyard, we have our Monster Negate plus our Omni Negate, plus we could destroy a monster on its effect activation. We're now going to be making another Hieratic Seal. All right, so what do we have here? We have the ability to spin back a card, negate a monster, and we can make the Archfiend, which will be able to make it so you cannot activate cards for the entire turn. Dissipator will also destroy a monster in response to it activating. How do we stop this? Do we? Can we? I don't think we can. During the draw phase, we're going to be activating the Heavenly Spheres to summon a dragon from the deck. We have Borreload Savage Dragon, negating the Call by the Grave, negating the effect, attempting to stop him from summoning a dragon from the deck. Are we going to need this dragon for the synchro summon for the Etude? Hieratic Seal, come forth. We got the Phalanx. Etude. This is it. This is not even during the main phase. You could draw phase, summon your Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. Ain't no freaking way. Cannot respond to it. You cannot activate cards. That is absolute insanity. Dragunity, which was essentially a first turn kill setup. Very well done. Honda freaking powered. Holy moly. All right, game number 2. We just got the Archfiend King Calamity. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity, that is. Now, what the heck is going on? We are a Spright Ghoti deck. We're going to be adding our Spright Red with the blue. Red, come forth in special summon, ready to negate a monster effect. We have the Sprint sending from the deck to the graveyard. Angler. Angler is going to be activating to summon a single Beaver. Believe it or not, Beaver is limited to 1. Yes, just 1 Beaver. We have Gigantic Spright summoning from the deck, our Jet activating to grab a starter, and get ready to get started. We have Elf, which will reborn a monster for the graveyard, making the monsters it's pointing to untargetable. Come forth blue, and we are now going to be making Alternative Art Masquerena. Very well done. You know, that wasn't that good. What are we doing here? The starter's going to summon a Carrot, and the Elf will reborn the red. So we should be setting up a Spell and Trap card negate, a Monster negate, Masquerena Link, and we do have Max C to help with this. Do we have a crazy one-turn kill combo to just power right through the Max C? We're activating Dragunity Whirlwind, quick effect card. What the heck? That's the longest effect I've ever seen. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon a Dragunity Tuner and 1 Winged Beast Dragunity from your deck, but negate their effects. Then if your opponent controls a monster that was special summoned for the extra deck, immediately after this effect resolves, you could synchro summon into a Dragon Synchro monster. Okay. I didn't know that card existed. Dragunity Whirlwind, summon from the deck and synchro. It's like a branded fusion. Call by the Grave, negate the Max C. All right, let's go, let's go. Show me the play. Summon from the deck. Shokan, Black Rose Dragon. Turn 2, Black Rose Dragon. If they have a monster, wipe out their entire field. The card just says destroy everything. Call by the Grave before it gets destroyed is going to be banishing the Gasarme. Goodbye to you. And Black Rose can miss the timing, by the way. This card has to be synchroed on Chain Link 1, wiping out the entire field. Do we have lethal on top of this? We have Gold Sark, the Paces reborning. So it looks like we should have waited for the Paces to reborn during the standby phase before wiping out the entire field. Banishing Tempest, activating to grab a wind monster. We got Remus, which will be grabbing the field spell. Field spell activatable more than once. We'll be searching for a Dragunity, and he is just scooping it up after that turn 2 Black Rose Dragon 1-card combo play. Very well done, Honda powered. Lu Tang is going to be negated from sending a Marincess monster from the deck to the graveyard. I don't think that's a good negate. I'll tell you when I think the good negate is. The good negate is this one. I think Sea Angel is the negate. it's going to be adding a Marincess spell from the deck to the hand, which will be the field spell or the dive. We had the blue Tang activating to get excavating to grab a Marincess card here, grabbing the Seahorse. That's an extender. Very well done. And the Marincess Wave will be activatable from the hand. So we have Spell and Trap card negate plus Monster negate. Let me double check on how this works. So what happens is your opponent activates a Spell or Trap card effect during the opponent's turn. You then special summon a Marincess to then negate the activated effect. Not destroy, does not negate the activation. So Branded Fusion, if you negate the effect, a second copy cannot be activated where otherwise it could have been. And the Marincess Wave will also make the Argonaut unaffected from everything. That is a very good negate. And because it is limited to 1, he can't just use the Triple Tactics Thrust to add a second copy, which would then be activatable. So it being limited to 1 is a big deal here. Come forth Anemone with the negates. Harpy Feather Duster. Did you maybe want a Harpy Feather Duster first, then Grass? Because it does need to summon a monster from the back row in order to negate. So it would negate the Harpy Feather Duster, and then you follow up Grass, and then you maybe just win the duel. That's what I'm thinking. We're going to get Thrusting. Thrusting the Brand... That's the real play. We wanted our Branded Fusion. Quem. Now we got Quem action. Marincess Wave is going to be negating the Quem from sending a card from the deck to the graveyard. And then it's double negated, so it's not going to get the other effect of being able to reborn from the graveyard. Ash... Holy moly, we got Cross-Out Designate, though. Negate the Ash. Chain the Max C. The Mad Lad has everything. Maxi, Ash, Spell, and Trap card negate. We had our Monster negate also. And we're going through with the Branded Fusion, but we are under Maxi. Drawing per special summon, sending a Mercurial to make a Rinbrum. So I don't think we're fully committing under this Maxi. We definitely aren't. We had no cards to discard for a Lubellion. Big enough to take out the Argonaut, no longer being boosted by the field spell. Now, the effect of the Link 3, the Triangle, has a good recursion effect, which we'll be using it first after using the Kaiju. Anemone's going to be reborning the Triangle, so we're not using that recursion effect, which reborns itself in the graveyard. Special summoning the Spring Girl by banishing with the graveyard, linking this off into the Sea Angel, which will be searching our deck. Now, this does trigger the Quem. A card was moved from the extra deck, so Quem could special summon an Albaz or a monster that mentions it in the graveyard, which the play would be is summon Albaz, discard a card, fuse with the field, but we can't do that because we have no card to discard. Can't use it when you have a monster on the field. Okay, the Triangle requires you to have no monster in the field. Okay, thank you. We're Quemmin. Quem's going to reborn the Rinbrum, though. Rinbrum, still pretty good. If you activate an effect of a Link monster, extra deck monster, it's going to be able to negate and spin a card on the field back to the hand. A monster being spun back, that is. So we're seeing the Quem action. Quem eating up a negate. Quem adding disruption on the field. Quem adding great value. We got Marbled Rock, which will be grabbing a monster. We're going to be Anemoning the dive back to our hand. We're going to be negating the Anemone effect in the graveyard, plus spinning back the Marbled Rock. That's what I'm thinking. Very well done. Wow. Big enough to suicide into the Quem. Okay, Triangle. With no monster on the field, we can now activate the effect to reborn the Anemone and the Sea Angel. We're now going to be linking this off into Marbled Rock, which was returned back into the extra deck. Now targeting a Marincess card in the graveyard to add it back to the hand. Now we are diving. Diving on from the graveyard onto the field. Come forth and summon. Now making Bubble Reef. Bubble Reef will be able to draw a card every turn. We got Max C, we got Ash, and the draw effect. How does that even work? Why do we not draw? During the standby phase, you can banish a water monster from your graveyard to then draw a card. But if we activated it, Rinbrum would negate and spin you back, so we chose to not activate. 2600 attack, though. Big enough to stop him from being able to do anything. Interesting. Now, first, we take it out, and then we're going to use our effect. Well, here's the situation. We're not going to be allowing you to end the battle phase. We're going to be using the Rinbrum effect to reborn the Albaz, discard a card to then fuse with the Bubble Reef into a Mirror Jade. Or we're going to call by and stop all of it. Finger the Rinbrum, stop that effect. Some very interesting plays from both players here. I'm loving it. I want to see more Quem. I want to see some more Quem action. Goodbye to the Rinbrum. Would it be better to be banishing the Albaz? So I guess it activates, and then on resolution, well, your target, yeah, you don't know which one you're summoning. Special summon either that monster or this card and banish the other. but you then have to banish the other and banish the other. So both have to happen. So if you were to banish the Albaz instead, I think that would be the better play. But then, you know, the Rinbrum would, there's multiple Albaz in the graveyard. So banishing the Rinbrum, no, there was only one Albaz. So maybe that was the better play. Either or was pretty good here. Bubble Reef now safely activating to banish a water to add a card off the top of the deck to our hand. We got Kaiju, Ash, Max C, negate the effect of Foolish Burial, sending probably a Tragedy from the deck to the graveyard. Tragedy could search for Aluber or search for Quem. Would you really search for Quem over? I think we just send Tragedy, don't activate, then add back the Branded Fusion in the graveyard, right? Send Tragedy, then reset the Branded Fusion. That's the play. Do not activate, do not trigger. Bubble Reef triggering here. Just like I said, banish, set Branded Fusion. Geonocta in the tournament. We're gonna get Branded Fusioning being met with a Max C. Okay, now what do we do? Again, back-to-back Max C on the Branded Fusion, sending a Cartesia to make our Albion. How much are we committing into this Max C? Ash was already used this turn. We're gonna get Fusion Summoning, come forth, Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade can non-target monster banish the Bubble Reef off the field. And we're gonna do so in the battle phase, playing around Effect Veiler. It's a small little detail, but it does make a difference. Now, during the end phase, we are activating our Cartesia to add back to the hand. We're gonna be activating the Albion to set a card onto the field, which could be Ashed, but we already Ashed. Branded Banishment will be able to reborn a monster in the graveyard and then fuse with either field. Got Kaiju. Spring Girl Banishment from the graveyard to come forth and summon. And now we're going to be linking this off into our Blue Slug. Blue Slug is going to be able to add from the graveyard back to our hand. Spring Girl also triggering here. Get ready. Send cards off the top of the deck. Just one Spring Girl burn for 200. Now we got the Seahorse, which gets special summons where the Slug is pointing to. Now we Anemonin. Anemone is here. The Mirror Jade is not activatable, so it's not Disruption. We are linking off into Splash Mage. Splash Mage is going to be reborning. Anemone's going to be adding the Marbled Rock back into the extra deck, I'm assuming to resummon. Marbled Rock it is. Marbled Rock's going to be adding a card in the graveyard back to our hand. Seahorse, come to me. We have not used up our normal summon. There is our normal summon. Now we're going to use Branded Banishment to summon our Quem from the graveyard. Quem on summon's going to be sending a Branded Sword from the deck to the graveyard. But what is that doing? We don't have a Mercurier banished. Mercurier is in the graveyard. Branded Sword is going to be adding back a banished Albaz back to the hand. Okay. Interesting. Goes a match going to lock you into Dark only. Light Quem is gone. Light Albaz, Cartesia cannot be summoned, but we have Albaz. Fusing into a Titanclad. Titanclad 2900, 3K on the Mirror Jade. Lethal damage for Branded, just like that. That was a crazy back and forth duel. Damn. We saw a little bit of Quem action in there. The power of Rinbrum also at work. I'm liking it. Rinbrum being summoned under Max C, so they do not get to draw too many cards here. Okay, Trap plays playing a water deck here. Cashtera Ogre is water, so let's go. We have Dimension Shifter, which is going to be negated by the Electric Jellyfish. So, you know, we got our once per turn negate. It'll be able to negate again, and because of that, you triggered the Ogre. Now, Ogre, I don't want to say it's bugged, but it's not properly implemented to the point of, this is a perfect example to tell you what's wrong with it. Maybe Konami's listening. It's going to reveal the top cards of the deck in order, but then it's going to tell you to banish a card face down out of order. It's random order. So you don't know which Whiptail you're banishing. Well, actually, he only revealed 2. Why'd you not reveal 5? Maybe because of that bug. If you reveal too many cards and it's the same names on top as another card, this happened to someone on Reddit. They had a circular on top and a circular randomly in the other spot. They tried to banish the circular on top of the deck. You put the cards back and then they drew in a circular and lost. And this also happened to me. I banished a Pot of Extravagance, which I thought was the one on top, but it's randomized. And then he drew the Pot of Extravagance. What the hell, Konami? Fix this. Ash is going to be negating the Fish Sonar, adding a level 7 or lower from the deck to the hand. I don't think so. Yeah, we will be mini leaking today. The big leaks are going to be this Sunday, the next Sunday, then the Sunday after, but I don't know if I'm going to have to be changing the tournament schedule because of Christmas and New Year's. Now, the brand new limited one Rat Pier is going to be sending a Zoodiac card from the deck to the graveyard, sending a Ram. I talked about this combo on YouTube. This is a 1-card UDF or 1-card Mega Clops. Do we got the Clops? Do we have no Clops in the extra deck, but we do have the UDF. Let's go. Or Zeus. Get Zeus in. Zeus maybe being the better play here. Electric Jellyfish is what we do have to play around. Now, the Jellyfish stating that your opponent activates a monster effect or a spell card while you have Umi, negate the effect, but then it does not banish, does not destroy. So negating the Rat Pier would have not been a good play here. So if we just overload up the Zeus, you negate it, but then we wipe the field again. That's going to be the play. So it's going to be a fat Zeus. It should be a 6-material Zeus. Dryden, and then we get Zeus in. Zeus is here. 6 material, 7 material, yeah, 6 material Zeus, that is. So we have triple field wipe. Get wiping, wipe the field twice, wiping around the negate, and then we still have a field wipe on top of that. This is the Zoodiac deck. This is it. What are the ratios here? We have double Dryden, okay. Pot of D, banishing 10 off the deck, get drawn. We just saw some Zoodiac Barrages getting banished. All of them? Just 2. All right. Pure Zoodiac is now a valid deck. That's what I love to see. Sea Stealth 2, Icejade. Wait, you Icejade Karyushin deck? Okay, interesting. Electric Jellyfish is here. We have Droll and Lockbird, so we cannot add cards no more for the rest of this turn. Now, this is the Floodgate. While Umi's on the field, and this is considered to be Umi on the field, it states that your opponent can only control 1 non-water. That's it. And we have a monster and spell negate. So we are going to be adding our Thoroughblade. That is our 1 non-water. So how does the ruling work if you're overlaying a single Zoodiac over your 1 non-water? You can't even attempt to do it. It's illegal. So that's it. You cannot make a Zoodiac with your Thoroughblade. Not big enough to take out the Karyushin. Goodbye to the Electric Jellyfish. This nasty ruling. We got Thrust. And there you go. It's time to get Thrust in. So we are attempting to add an Umi or a card that mentioned the Sea Stealth Attack card, that is. Sea Stealth Attack, the regular one would have been good. Thrusting the Sonar into our hand. We got our normal spell. We're going to be adding Maxi. Okay. Oh, you know, we could special summon. If Umi's on the field, you could special summon a normal water from your deck in addition to adding. But were we even doing that? Maybe we weren't. The battle phase we go. Sea Stealth 2 is going to be reborning the Jellyfish, but then it's going to be dealing with it at the end of the turn, end of the main battle phase, that is. And because of that, you want to use the other Sea Stealth Attack to banish the card to dodge the destruction, or you could use the Doom Kraken to return the card back to the hand so that it does not go back to the grave. And unfortunately, we are under Maxi during that play. Got double Pankratops. This is completely unlimited, but the problem with it, it's a hard once returned, so multiple copies is no good. First time seeing the Barrage, popping the Tenki. We got the Tenki synergy with Barrage, summoning a Ram, but again, we are floodgated by the Karyushin. We cannot overlay Exceed. Why did we not Pankratops first, right? Special summon, I guess the Jellyfish negate would have been the problem. Yeah, we're really locked up here. Spell negate plus monster negate, can only have 1 non-water. We are, you know, a 2,000 defense should no longer be relevant here as we are now bigger. Making the Stealth Kraken. Stealth Kraken will turn everything into water, and then we could once per turn pop a non-water, or I should say a water, that is. The Ram's gonna, when destroyed, reborning a monster from the graveyard. It has that effect so that you could destroy it with your Dryden for some combos. And just like that, lethal damage, taking a Game 2 victory with the Karyushin Floodgate, floodgating them out of summoning any Zoodiacs. Now we're gonna see a turn 1 Zoodiac play. What's the best turn 1 they could do? They could open up the Barrage, which will not be good with the Rat Pier. The Rat Pier needs to be normal summoned. Triple Tenki plus Rat Pier. Maybe we're going to be seeing a turn 1 Rat Pier play of the UDF plus the Dryden plus equipped with the Whiptail. Hopefully it's something good. We got Tank. Wait. We don't. Our best turn 1 is to not want to go turn 1 because we're a Zoodiac deck. So we had the ability to go first, and we said, no, thank you. I will instead Zeus the field. Sure. Legendary Ocean, reducing the Karyushin to make it normal summonable. And we're going to draw on Lockbird, so we cannot add with the Karyushin, but we don't need to add. We already have Sea Stealth Attack. So you can only have one non-water. Our non-water is going to be the Fenrir. You still can't Zoodiac. So, I mean, damn, we're set up to Zeus the field, but we cannot Zeus. It's illegal. I don't think we have any play whatsoever because of the Floodgate. This is disgusting. Thoroughblade's going to draw a card, though. Did not draw on anything good. We just can't do anything. That's it. We love Floodgates. Let's go. Karyushin adding a Sea Stealth 2. Sea Stealth Attack will make the Karyushin nearly unstoppable, destroying anything at the start of the damage step, also banishing temporarily until the end phase. We're going to send Umi to special summon the Ogre from the hand. We are going to be activating Sea Stealth Attack early, which will be activating the Umi from the graveyard back in the field. Very well done here. And then let's get summoning with the Ogre. Kashtira and Ogre banishing on the attack. 9,200 damage on the field. Ogre, my favorite water support card. It just like that, completely floodgated out of the duel. What do y'all think about that ruling? Does that ruling make sense to you? You can only have one non-water. You have one Zoodiac, and you want to replace the Zoodiac with another Zoodiac. Thus, you're still going to have one non-water, but you can't even attempt to do so. Thus, you're floodgated out from making any plays. Get ready. Lunalight. Begin. And we're going to be seeing some Dissipator plays, hopefully. That's what I'm thinking. Yup, Dissipator is ready. Dissipator with the Chaos Ruler. We're going to be speeding this up. We're going to be adding a Red Eyes Darkness Metal. We already used up our normal summon, banishing the Striker to summon the Red Eyes Darkness Metal, which will summon a dragon from the hand or from the graveyard, returning the Striker to draw a card with the Chaos Space, reborning the Rocket Recharger. We're going to Lubellion search for the Recharger, banish from the graveyard, come forth and summon. We're going to be activate to add a dragon during the end phase, summoning the Lubellion, set up into the back row, you regained, making Romulus a search for a field spell, discard a card to send a Absol Router to grab a Rocket Tracer, which first we're going to be using the Wyvern Burster to get adding. We have another Rocket Tracer in the hand already in case that were to get disrupted, so we're not going to even make that play. Summoning the Rocket Tracer right then and there, special summoning a Caliber from the deck by popping the field spell, and then, oh boy, you want to chain Nibiru to the Borreload activating to equip a Link. But we waited for it to resolve. No. Yeah, we could have. Yeah, this is not good. But it does not destroy, so Nibiru is going to stay in the hand, but it's not going to be doing anything. Can't activate it again. So we could have Nibiru the fields. But by Nibiruing the field, it would also trigger the Hieratic Seal, which would then summon a dragon from the deck. Our Borreload still has another negate for next turn. Let's go. Striker Dragon the Pisty will be making a baby because they're pointing to the same spot. Now, in Master Duel, you can't do this in real life unless your opponent is just really showcasing that they have Nibiru. Maybe they're counting on the dice that they have Nibiru each summoned, which you're not allowed to do. But in Master Duel, their field lights up on the 5th summon, and that tells you to make the Hieratic Seal. That's straight up. 5th summon, nothing else is lighting up, then it lights up on the 5th summon. You make Hieratic Seal, then they're screwed. We got Ravine. Get Ravining. Discard a dragon, send the Safer. Safer will add from the graveyard back to her hand. Lubellion, which, we already activated. Okay. But Lubellion could summon from the hand if we want to, making the Borland Dragon, which we have our Monster Negate plus Negate anything, and we didn't see any Dissipator. No Pater. Presumably having to make the Hieratic Seal did take away from making a Dissipator play. Got Forbidden Droplet, which makes everything all right. On the Summon of the Chick, trigger the Regain, special summon the Magnahoff from the graveyard. We're going to be sending a Fox from the deck to the graveyard. Now we're going to get Perfuming to Reborn for the graveyard, but the Fox will now be banished by the Bestial. We're going to chain Forbidden Droplet, discarding a Martin and sending the Perfume to the graveyard to negate the Borreload and Borelend. Very nice. So there goes the Omni Negate, there goes the Monster Negate, and we don't have a way to trigger the Druiswarm. When it's sent to the graveyard, it could send a card on the field to the graveyard that's special summoned. We are activating the Perfume effect of being able to... What effect was that again? We're going to be adding a Lunalight monster from the deck to the hand, which has been negated by the Ash Blossom. Triple Tactics talent to draw 2 cards. Come to me. Tiger, that's the play. Tiger will reborn, Martin will put it back to the hand, then Tiger will reborn again. So we have another reborn on that Tiger. We also have Tiger King, which can negate the entire field and also search for a Tenki, but it's going to be negated from doing so. How do we, okay, we detach the material still, so that's fine. We detach the material, the Martin, then we return back the Tiger. Are we setting up a Zeus play? What's going on? Big enough to take out the Borland? Yeah, we're Zeusing. But do we spin the Tiger back to our hand first, then Zeus the field? That's what I'm thinking. We don't actually. We're going to keep on making more plays. Discarding the return back to hand Tiger to summon the Sharon, making a Baguska. Forcing everything into defense, and if you are in defense, your effect is negated. So what do? You summon a Link monster. And then the Zeus is not going to be able to wipe the fields. So all we have to do is just link it off. We could very easily Unicorn, Access Code Talker. This is not even a big deal. Lubellion would be negated, and also goodbye to the Baguska with the effect of the Druid Swarm being sent to the graveyard by Lubellion. That, just that alone disrupts this entire setup. And now the Branded Beast is attempting to get poppin'. We're going to be Zeusing the field, stopping the Beast from popping us. Serenir banishing the Veiler here. Special summoning our Leveneer. Leveneer popping the Zeus non-targeting. Cannot attack with the Leveneer. Now, we don't have Erratic Seal to main phase 2 this up. Still, I'm looking forward to the Dissipator summon. Where is Dissipator? A dead thrust. We have Perfume is going to be discarding the dead card, adding the Tiger, which is going to be disrupted by the Called by the Grave, activating, targeting the Lunalight, banishing that Lunalight, fingering the chick, and just like that, we got nothing left as we now lose game number 1. We had a big play. We had summoned Chick, we had Martin. Martin could have summoned, recycled the Tiger. Tiger could then summon a third monster on the fields. I really want to see what would, wait. We still got big plays. What the heck? Because you banished the Chick and not the Martin. Was that the correct play here? Should we have stopped the Martin? Wait, we don't have big plays. That was crap. We don't have a level 4, another level 4. We had a level 3, no rank 4. What the heck was that? Chakanine, Borbo, attack directly, make a second Zeus, which the second Zeus is not available because this is not TCG. TCG's got 2 Zeuses. They got 3 Zeuses if they want to. Quickly launching our Caliber onto the field to make our Striker Dragon. We did lose game... Wait, we won game 1 and we're choosing to go second with our Lunalight because we're a turn 2 deck. Okay. We're going to have Super Poly and Thrust to help with our turn 2 plays. Where's Dissipator? Dissipator is out. You all promised me that Dissipator was amazing Dragon Link support, but it's not being summoned. What's going on? We got Kaiju. Tiger is here, triggering the Regained on summon to Reborn to then summon a Kaiju over their Bestial. Assuming to make the perfect Super Poly play, discard a card, fuse with the field. What are we fusing into? Using the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend and the Borland to make a Garura. Damn. Now, Pentastag, which will give piercing battle damage to whatever it's pointing to. Garura being sent to the graveyard to draw a card. Perfume discarding a card to add a Lunalight from the deck, which will be negated, but we can now thrust because there is a monster still on the field after our Super Poly. So the Regained actually helped us out because we now thrusted. The Rusting, the Talent. Are we drawing 2 here? We're potentially going to get Nibiru'd also. Draw 2, come to me. What summon are we on? We're on summon 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 summons is what I'm counting. Sharon is going to be the 5th summon. Now, Nibiru could happen before the rank 4 exceeds. Is there a reason to Nibiru before they rank 4 exceeds? I think it's safe to, there is a trigger effect on the Tiger, but it's 2 level 4 Beast Warrior monsters only. So you would maybe want to play around that if they get another Beast Warrior in the field, which they have 0. So they'd have to have 2 Beast Warriors before you want to Nibiru. Adding back the Tiger. Tiger reborn a monster from the graveyard. Tiger come forth, Martin. Now we are going to Nibiru the field, but then the Martin will return back the Tiger back to the hand, making it activatable again. So we're still going to rank 4 exceeds. I don't know about that early Nibiru. I think it was too early. We maybe had to wait for the Martin again. Tiger, Reborn, a level 4 from the graveyard. Come forward. There's going to be a level 2 Black Sheep instead. We have Zephyros returning back the Tiger. Even more activations. We could Reborn from the grave again. Dugars could Reborn from the graveyard or draw 2. We are going to draw 2. Drawing into a Polymerization plus our Sharon. The Serenade Dance is activating a special summon a chick from the deck. We have Tiger Reborning from the graveyard. Even after a Nibiru, we are still cooking. Chick is sending a Crimson Fox from the deck to the graveyard by cost, not by effect. Otherwise, it would set the Nibiru to 0. We're now going to be making a Raider Knight. You put the Nibiru in attack position, so we're going to absorb the attack with Arc Rebellion Exceed Dragon through a Nibiru, lethaling the field, sucking up the original attack of the field. We did not gain the 8,300 from the token because its original attack suck only. So I think we maybe misunderstood that and thought we had lethal. Oh boy. But we still have Zeus. It's okay. We Zeusing. Original attack absorb. If we had lethal, if we would have absorbed up that 8,300. We got Druid Swarm banishing from either graveyard, goodbye to the Striker Dragon. Regained is going to be returning the banished card back of the deck to then draw 1. To battle we go. We know that it's useless. It's useless. Now, the Dugars would be skipping our next draw phase since we did draw 2 there, but still. Lubellion adding the Magna Hut. We did choose to go first, despite playing against a turn 2 deck. Main deck and Twin Twister. That's quite interesting. This should be interesting. We're going to be reborning our Wait, we're not? We didn't have enough dark monsters to banish? Apparently not. So we're just holding on to Leveneer, and that's it. Negate anything, negate a monster. Droplet, negate it all. Get Twister in. Twister, you're going to want to chain your Droplet to the Twister. Borload is going to negate the Twister. A Droplet is going to send the Twister and a... Wait. We did not negate the Borland. Huh? Okay. Borland is active. That's something. So how are we gonna play the Borland? Borland ready to monster negate. Chick sending from the deck to the graveyard our Martin. Martin returned back the Chick. Bestial banished the Martin. Wait. He's got no rockets in the grave because he summoned the Caliber. And then he didn't put it back in the grave. Borland cannot negate anything. But Tracer's negated. So we can't even pop the Caliber to put it back in the grave to then negate with the Borland. Oops. Countered our own rocket. Our own Borland got countered. Perfume is summoning the sheep from the graveyard. Perfume is now going to be banishing, discarding the Chick to then add a wolf. And we are now setting up the Tiger to special summon for the graveyard our Chick. What are we doing here? This is not a rank 4 Xyz. Sending a Martin. Martin's going to return back the Tiger. Now we can rank 4 Xyz if we want to. Into battle we go. Let's make the Borland activatable. Did we just make Borland activatable? Huh? I don't understand. Yeah, you made Borland activatable. I don't know what happened this duel.